Hello everybody, welcome to this new episode where I'm exploring Korifi, and today we are going to go over the scaling capability of Korifi. For those who don't know, Korifi is the latest Cloud Foundry project that allows anyone to push pretty much any application to Kubernetes with a single command. So this tutorial, I will be doing it on an Ubuntu LTS, the 22.04 version. I also wrote this tutorial out, and I will paste in the description of this video the link to the article, so that if you want to copy-paste the commands, or if you'd rather read it rather than watch a video, you can. So Korifi, before we get started in the tutorial, allows the user to scale in two different ways. The first one is vertical scaling, where you can increase the resources that each instance of the application has access to, such as CPU, memory, disk. One thing to note is that if you increase let's say the amount of memory, it's going to be applied to all the instances of this application. And then the second way that Korifi offers to scale is the horizontal way. The horizontal way is by adding more instances of this application. And so today we are going to use this one to scale our application. And the scenario I'm going to be using is that I want this application to be, I want to demonstrate an application that's responding slowly because of a lack of memory. I'm gonna use Apache Bench to send a bunch of requests and see basically a slow response time. And then we are gonna scale out the application and see that this is helping. Yeah, so let's get started. So for this example, we are going to use a simple Ruby application. Feel free to use your own, or you can clone this GitHub repository and go in the Ruby folder. As you can see here, it's a very simple Ruby application, but for the purpose of this tutorial, I'd like this application to use a bit more of memory. And so I'm going to artificially do this by creating a large array. Okay, the second thing that I need to do, Korifi by default will allocate 1 GB of memory per instance. And so, again, the goal of this tutorial is to get the application to answer slowly because of lack of memory. So I will change that to 50 MB. And so you can easily do this with a manifest.yaml file. You can do a bunch of other things which is configuration file. In this example, I will just change the memory allocation. All right, so now that we've changed the application so that it consumes a bunch of memory, and we've limited the amount of memory an instance can use to up to 50 MB, we are gonna deploy our application to Kubernetes. So it's just a simple command, cf push, and then the name of your application. I will call it my Ruby app. Let's go. So it will take a little time to deploy, so I will just speed up the video. All right, the application is deployed. Some interesting information here. So we can see that we have one instance running, and then this instance has 50 MB of memory. So now that our application is deployed and running, we will send a bunch of requests to it. So if you don't have Apache Bench installed, this is the command that you want to run to install it. I already have it installed, I believe, yes. And then we'll send 150 requests with 50 concurrent requests at a time, and send this to the route of my application. Here we go. Okay, so Apache Bench finished to send a request, and as you can see here, it took on average 3.2 seconds, the mean time actually, it's not an average, to answer a request. So it's pretty slow, right? So now what we are going to do is we are going to scale out our application. And so it's very easy to do. It's a simple command, cf scale, and then -i for instance. And here is the number of instances you want. Here in my case, it's 5. So we are adding 4 more. And then you need to have the name of your application after scale, which is my Ruby app. Here we go. Okay, so here, Korifi is telling us that we now have 5 instances, but only one of them is running. And we can see here that the 4 others are being started. Before I run Apache Bench, I want to make sure that all the instances are now running. So you can do this with the cf app command. And here we can see that the 5 instances are properly running. Okay, so I'm going to run my Apache Bench again. And as you can see, we reduced the mean time it took for the application to answer. Now we are at 1.2 seconds, which is much faster. And so our scale out helped the situation. That's it. This is obviously a very simple example, right? But I wanted to demonstrate how easy it is to get Korifi to scale application that you can further develop for more complicated situation. If you like this video, please give it a like and follow my channel. If you have any question, feel free to ask them in the comment section. Thank you. See you later. Bye-bye.